All right. Welcome, Wildcats, to week 2 of the ACU's Hearthstone tournament. Well, I guess it's not ACU's Hearthstone tournament. It's Blizzard's Hearthstone tournament. Excited to be here tonight with the Admiral once again. Welcome.
Definitely. Thank you.
We are looking forward to a great match tonight. Tonight, ACU taking on the BSC varsity team. I looked up BSC, and I don't remember. It's some college. I mean, you would think so, right? That would make sense. So what's up for our lineup tonight? Why don't you, Admiral, kick us off by talking a little bit about what ACU is bringing tonight?
Yes. Today, so our 4 decks that ACU is bringing is a Shaman deck, a Warlock deck, a Paladin deck, and they have replaced the Rogue with a Priest. Because the Rogue did not quite do exactly what they were hoping for. And so they're hoping the Priest will be able to compensate for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what that Priest is going to do. They took a win with it, I believe, on Thursday. And I think they've been putting a lot of time into that. Meanwhile, the BSC team is bringing a Fell Demon Hunter, an OTK Shaman, Beast Druid, which we haven't seen yet, and their own Priest, which is a really strange special Priest.
Okay.
It's an aggro Priest, and we haven't seen that this expansion at all. Like, it's not in the meta anywhere. And so they are attempting to shape the meta tonight. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be an exciting set of matches. So they'll be diving in here in just a second. But so what are you most interested in watching tonight?
I always enjoy the Libra Paladin.
Yeah.
I just think it's a really fun deck, but I'm also really interested because I haven't seen this Priest deck yet.
Yeah, so the Priest deck isn't super high in the meta at the moment. It looks like they are going into the ban phase here in just a second, so we'll see. I believe we know ACU is planning to ban their Shaman.
Okay.
And so we're waiting to see what they come out with. We'll see in just a second. So, yeah, the Libra Pally is great, but looking forward to that Priest. Absolutely. It'll be an interesting new experience.
Yeah.
It's not super high in the meta at the moment, so it's kind of a secret weapon, if you will.
Okay.
Like, shh, don't tell them. No, it's a... so they actually brought it on Thursday last week, and it was banned, so they didn't actually get to play it. So maybe we'll see it tonight, maybe we won't. But yeah, so it's a quest priest. So it's a control quest priest. So it makes progress towards the quest by playing a 2, 3, and 4 cost minion, and then a 5 and 6 cost minion, and then a 7 and 8 cost minion, and not minion card. It doesn't have to be a minion.
Okay.
And then the reward is a 5-drop 7/7 minion that shuffles a special spell into the deck. That spell says win the game. Like,
it's a nice spell to have.
It's just destroy your opponent, you win the game. Now, there's a lot of pieces to put together to get there, so it's very control oriented. The goal is stay alive, control the board until you can get to the point where you pull out that card and you win the game.
That is handy.
It doesn't matter what the health they're at, and that's one of the things is you don't have to worry about their health. You just
have to get there
you
without
get there,
dying first.
and then you win the game. There are very few mechanics like that in Hearthstone traditionally that just health doesn't matter, you just win. If I think about those... Goodness me, sorry about that. So, as I was saying, there are only a couple things that have done that. So there's Mechathune, which isn't in the standard at the moment, but that one was a special thing where you got to the end if you had no cards on the battlefield, no cards in your hand, and no cards in your deck, you had gone through all of your things, and he died, you win the game. And so you set up that combo to kill him as the last final thing.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think what other ones have been like that. None are coming to mind. I know there was one or two others. They are still preparing to battle, so...
Okay. Still trying to pick those bins?
I guess the other team is... I know that ACU made their decision. We'll see if they made anything. Any notes? No.
So them bringing this interesting kind of...
Ooh.
Out
Looks
of the-
like my spectator... Oh, there we go. It's going in.
So that the priest the enemy team is bringing from BSC, that kind of just like out of the blue, like we don't really know what's going on there. How like scary is that necessarily? Is that something that we can kind of just go like, oh, they're just trying?
It looks like
something?
they have banned ACU's Warlock.
Ooh, interesting.
So that means that ACU will be bringing Shaman, Paladin, and Priest tonight.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. So we're banning their Shaman, so we will see that. We'll likely see that other Priest. So you were asking a question about that.
Yeah, just like how scary is that generally, or is that something that we can kind of just like not be too worried about because it's not really a meta thing?
So it's, I mean, in its heyday, back last expansion, Shadow Priest was a relevant contributor to the meta. Like it was not to be trifled with, and I think it's still that case. But it's an aggro deck. You have to treat it like an aggro deck. So you need to control the board. You need to keep them from piling things up. One of the things that this priest focuses on is really centered around, well, I guess not centered, but one of the things that it can do is it utilizes. I can't remember the name of the minion, but it basically says all damage dealt to each hero is increased by 1. And the priest excels at doing 1 damage at a time, or 2 damage, or small ticks of damage. And as such, when you add that 1 damage becomes 2 damage, 2 damage becomes 3 damage. So a difference between 5 and 6 isn't much, but when you're doing small ticks each at a time, that adds up pretty rapidly, and pretty quickly you find yourself with no health left.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting to see how that plays out in this particular meta, because like I said, there hasn't been anybody playing that, at least that I've seen.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. We'll have to see if we get to see that in combat.
So looking at, yes, so that's the thing that I was talking about. Void Touched Attendant, 1/3. Both heroes take 1 extra damage from all sources, which makes things like, Frazzled Freshman is a 1/4. Well, that makes it effectively a 2/4 when attacking face. One of the things to note is Dark Bishop Benedictus is the key in a Shadow Priest. At the start of the game, if the spells in your deck are all Shadow, you enter Shadow form. That changes your hero power to a 2-cost, deal 2 damage. And so it's any target, deal 2 damage. So it's kind of its own special thing.
Okay.
It looks like we are about to dive into round 1. Here we go. And we are going to see the Shadow Priest against the Control Priest.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. So if I'm not mistaken, honorably killed is one of the new keywords. What exactly does that mean? From the recent expansion, though.
So honorable kill, yes, that's a new thing. An honorable kill is it takes exact damage.
Exact damage.
Yeah, so if it has 2 health left and you deal 3 damage, that's not an honorable kill. If it has 2 health left and you do 2 damage to it, that is an honorable kill. So Korak is really sticky. It's really great in games like this where you're controlling the board. It sticks around, right?
Definitely.
So you have to do exactly the right amount of damage to it in order to pull it off the board. That includes, I think that includes some of your standard removal pieces like, okay, so this is a tough call here. I'm going to take a look at, for turn 1, Trog is really great when you're playing against something with a quest, because the quest is a spell, and it means that they're not going to make quest progress here.
Mm-hmm.
Shard of the Naru here is going to silence all enemy minions. Now, what I don't know, does it summon an extra Trog and then silence both of them, or just silence the Trog?
Well, I think for the first turn, they probably play the quest first.
Well, no, because if they quest first, they're going to get a second Trog. And then those Trogs multiply really rapidly.
Oh, you're right. No, I was forgetting what Trog did.
So I think that they can shard and then quest.
I think so.
And it gets more bang for its buck having the killing off the 2/1's effect as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at some point, you just deal with Trogs, right? Like, they're 1/2s. It's not like they used to be when they were first introduced, which was summon a copy. I think the play here is shard and then quest. That gets your quest online so you can start building it, because you don't want to be dropping a whole lot without the quest in play.
Right.
There's the silence. All right, so silence comes first. Now this 2/1 and 1/2 are relatively dangerous as soon as they drop a Void Touch Attendant. Also, Wriggling Horror here. And that may have been what they were waiting on. Like, okay, do I wait on the silence for all of these buffs that are coming out to this?
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like they're going to go ahead and coin out Korak. Now, they do have an easy kill on this.
Yeah, they do. I guess the hope is just to get rid of some of... They're not... Okay, interesting.
Let me look here. I think they may be running... See how quickly... We're on turn 4, and they're at 13 health.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this Shadow Priest can do if you let it run away like that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you swing in with Korok. You gift the Naru. And... Yeah, go ahead and smite something. You need to get things off the board, out of play. They're looking for a recovery here. Next turn, having a taunt in the way will be helpful. So we're going to see probably a replay of the Wriggling Horror here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Already down to 9 health. So what do they have in this deck right here that can really save them from this board state?
So Hysteria is a decent chance here. Yeah, use it on the 4/3. That'll summon an extra Trog, but that should be cleaned up by this 4/3. I mean, theoretically, the 4/3 will run into Korak potentially. We're hoping that it just gets a little more done first. Yeah, that was exactly what we hoped to see.
That's great.
I think a Renew to face here.
Yeah.
So sometimes you might think, well, maybe I do a Renew, get Korok up there. I don't think we care about Shadow Word Death. The Condemn, though, I think has potential because he's going to be putting lots of small minions out there to do a lot of chip damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So ACU has tools to bring health back and pick themselves back up. And hopefully we start seeing that control come into play here. The BSC team got a little bit of a runaway start there. But ACU trying to stabilize. Okay. I mean, they can just send a charge minion to face that.
So
the question is here, do you have to deal with the 6/5.
Right.
Ideally you want to heal yourself too. If you Spirit Guide, that has potential, but if they kill the Spirit Guide, now that's helpful.
That's actually great. Why are they?
Because he's going to come right back.
Oh, that's correct.
And they don't even have to deal with it, actually.
That's actually great.
Really smart. And they're going to continue taking 2 damage unless they clear things off. They have to be able to basically out-heal the 2 damage to face that they can expect to take from now on.
Yeah.
Okay, they're just putting up another big minion. I think you start with a trade off of the... I don't know what you'd be looking for there. If you're trading the Rostrat. You don't want to swing in with Korok.
No, definitely
because
not.
it's a 5/6. All right, let's start with a discovery. See if we get something nice. Apotheosis.
Yeah, that could be pretty good to put on the Korok.
With some lifesteal in there, I can go with that. That'll give them the first wave of their quest, so they can get a discover here.
Mm-hmm.
I think the light shower does help. That especially plays right into because they need to be working on quest completion here too. So Spirit Guide and Light Shower are the 2 that they need to finish out this quest. He's going to go ahead and Apathy, get a trade out for Palm Reading, and get 4 health back.
Nice. Love to see that healing.
Well, and this Light Shower Elemental will be nice too because it's...
Yeah, get some healing when it dies.
And it's got Taunt, so it's going to be in the way. Okay, that said, Condemn here seems really, really nice. It's hard not to just use that.
Right.
Do you Palm Reading first, though? If you're going to Palm Reading, you want to go ahead and Palm Reading first.
Yeah.
Because that'll drop the Condemn down to 1. That said, it's the only thing. It would be nice if you had more spells for your...
The only problem with that is that you can't... Well, actually, I don't know that you need to.
Oh, no. Now that still gives them room to play the Light Shower or the Spirit Guide. And if you play this... Well, they need the health more, so putting the Spirit Guide in the way makes more sense, I think. It does not look like the opposing team are running any kind of silence. So...
Oh, that's great.
And there it is. They decided that they were done. They couldn't get it going. And ACU taking round 1.
We love to see it. Yep, that is definitely one of the weaknesses of aggro decks. Is I really enjoy aggro decks. They're so much fun to play. but
they're really explosive right off the bat. But
when you run out of steam, there's not much you can do, which is unfortunate.
Exactly. So ACU, it was a lot of explosion right there at the gate, but the control mechanism that ACU had in place was able to keep that in check and grant the victory that they were looking for.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what deck do we think that ACU is going to be bringing into the next match?
So Shaman and Paladin are both really strong, and so if they think they're going to go against this aggro priest again, though, neither of them are really as controlling as that priest was. So I don't know. I kind of feel like Shaman might be the next pick, where I feel like Paladin may have the more consistency that they're looking for to close things out. Yeah, that said, Shaman is relatively consistent and can do a good job. It looks like they are going to go with the Paladin.
Okay, cool.
And the BSC team is bringing in their Demon Hunter.
Okay, so the switch off of that priest there.
Yep.
Let's see. Aldor Attendant is great. Love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have something in your starting can, having an Aldor Attendant
Might
always
as
makes you
well.
happy. I think you drop the Varian. You'll get him later. I think the question is, so I think you keep at least one hand, and you keep the Aldor. The question is, do you keep the second hand?
I think you drop the second hand to try and get something that you can, maybe another minion.
Yeah, because you want something to put it on.
Right.
Okay, well, they're going to keep it.
Well, they did get a second minion, so.
They did. Now it is a Trog. So I think maybe you start with the Attendant, and next turn you drop the Trog with a coin.
You Trog first.
So, dropping the Trog? Okay, they're just gonna do both. Why not? So what that's actually pretty smart because it gives them something to buff next turn. It'll probably be the Attendant. It says, hey, you need to deal with this Trog either in one blow of a,
Yep,
like that. But it does leave the Attendant in play for a hand, or the hand is better because you get the draw. Noble Mount makes it stickier, but draw is always nice.
Drawing is definitely nice.
Unfortunately, what it does, though, is it means that now the Attendant's gone, and they have no target for the Mount. Unless they draw a Knight of Anointment, in which case they can play the hand. Ooh, okay. Get the Libram off of that. That's not bad. See, the Libram, I would argue that the Libram Pally fails without Libram of Hope. I mean, it's got lots of good other cards, but Libram of Hope is just so powerful. In fact, I believe it was nerfed, and it's still primary index. I believe it used to be an 8 cost. It's now a 9 cost. I know it looks like it's an 8 cost, but
right because
we did that to it. But heal yourself for 8. Put an 8/8 with Divine Shield in play.
Right.
That is a huge swing.
Yep, go ahead and get rid of the...
All right, get the Banana Man. And Banana Man says, buff my pupil. So, theoretically, you could Broomstick here and clear this off.
You definitely could.
That seems a little greedy.
Yeah, I do think it is wise to keep the broomstick for.
Well, so keeping the broomstick for Barov, I think is pretty clutch here. I say that they don't have a whole lot of massive things that they're going to be minions they're going to be putting out in the way. Well, they are running Magtheridon, and let's see here. Fellforger is probably the biggest other thing. I don't know. A Barov with Rush is always a fancy, nice play.
Yeah.
So I've got lots of buffs here, but not really anything to stick it to. This devout pupil here, I mean, I guess that's what you're putting down.
Is that? Yeah.
So they're doing a good job here of just kind of keeping things at bay. Really, the Paladin is really good at snowballing, where like they're going to just keep things going, keep control of the board, or keep the other opponent from getting control of the board until they get some major things out that all of the control elements can't deal with. And ideally, you want to make sure that you're still staying ahead of this curve. In terms of health, there's a health curve here that if you drop below 15, maybe even 20, definitely if you're dropping below 15, a really good Jace Darkweaver turn can just mess you up.
Yeah.
So I had to use a lot of resources there. Yeah, so it looked like, they're going to do 2 damage twice. But because they kill Thalnos in the first tick, it's actually going to do 2 and then 1. All right. Buff up this 5/3, so you now deal with this. So this Fell Demon Hunter is almost a control deck that the control elements then combo into an insane turn at the end, where all of your fell spells are controlling the board until you can cast all of them at the same time.
Exactly. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so let's. So this is one of my favorite things to do is putting a noble mount on a warhorse. It's like the horse is now riding the horse. It's like horses all the way down.
It's definitely an image.
So do you play Dungeons and Dragons at all?
I do.
So in 5th edition, they printed a player character, a PC race for centaurs. And they are a medium because they have this thing against making players larger than medium. But they also have a racial ability that says any medium creature can use you as a mount. That includes centaurs. So you could actually have a centaur riding a centaur riding a centaur, and it's just centaurs all the way down.
Yeah, I played a session about a week and a half ago where the centaur we forgot the person was playing a centaur, and they were riding a horse at one point, and we're like, oh, wait, hold on, you don't need to be doing that. And then the gnome ended up riding the centaur.
Well, that's what we got going on here tonight. We've got horses riding horses.
Love to see it.
Libram of Hope is a really nice card, but it's like, well, do I play it when I'm at 25 health? I mean, it's an 8-cost summon an 8/8 with Divine Shield and top me off. I mean, that's still not a bad card. I think unless there's something super tricky here, we're going to see Varian pop out next turn, which will also fill his hand with like Cariel or Blade Master. Let's see here. Who are we getting? We get a Rush, we get a Divine Shield, and a Taunt. So an Aldor Truth Seeker, Broomstick, and Cariel. There we go.
So, yeah. I guess the only scenario when you'd want to play Libram of Hope soon, even though you're not going to get the full benefit from the health, is that you want to kill it before it can play all of its spell spells again.
Yeah.
But they do have... They are threatening death right here.
Oh, yeah, I mean, this is a massive lethal setup here. They're going to need to do something tricky to get out of this. Let me see, what do they have? A Talented Arcanist buffing up 2 Fell Scream Blasts. So 2 Talented Arcanists and 2 Fell Scream Blasts won't clear, but will get them out of danger, I think.
I think they already played a Talented Arcanist, though?
Well, my tracker is showing that they have 2 available.
Okay.
Okay, so, I mean, this isn't going to save them, I don't think.
No.
They're going to be able to clear off the 8/8 here, and not the 4/5. So they'll be able to clear off the 4/5. They may have something to do to clear off the 2. Okay, they're doing 2 damage to everybody.
Interesting. They
Okay.
definitely could have done that better.
That was some hijinks, but okay, so we've got options here. Aldor and Iron Deep Trog. It'd be or just leave Room of Hope and Iron Deep Trog.
So them leaving the horse alive, do you think that was just they ran out of time and didn't have time to attack it with one of the other ones before?
I think so. They couldn't have attacked it because it was at the.
Oh, the 2 taunts were still.
There were 2 taunts still in the way.
Yeah, no, that's my bad.
So I think there are options here. Again, we got Talented Arcanists and Fell Scream Blasts. We've used both Fell Barrages. We've used both Immolation Auras. We've got a Chaos Leech. Or we can drop
there's
Jace.
Jace.
And Jace will probably clean most of this up.
I would think so.
But I don't think they have used either of the Furies, so they're not going to get any attack. Okay, sorry, they've got the Chaos Strike. But, I mean, that's not super exciting. And they've left their Jace sitting there at 1 health. I mean, I know a Broomstick who can handle that. That said, I kind of expect the Cariel maybe to go into him.
Yeah.
And drop the Libram. I drop it on Cariel. Okay. So I guess you make one thing stickier than other things. This is the goal there. So Jace is gone. We've got an Expendable Performers that would clear off this board. Which, with the Skull, they would just have enough for. Okay, something outcasty that will clear this off is a Chaos Leech or whatever the Chaos one is to clear off Cariel. Ooh, taunt or there's a outcast that silences.
Oh, there is.
But they're apparently still digging because I'm trying to think if there's anything they can do with 4 mana. All right, so it looks like they're gonna. Yeah, there's the Chaos
there we
Leech,
go. There's the Chaos Leech.
and that'll heal them up too.
Came in very handy for them.
Blade Master here hasn't been buffed. Oof. All right, Light Forge Carriel. Speaking of buffing Blade Master, I really do. I think you Light Forge Carriel and send everything to face. Like,
I think so, yeah.
so that'll be 7 damage, putting him at 6. They'll have 3 men to play with for.
Well, I don't think it'll do 9 damage.
Oh, that's right, because I forgot it does the actual.
Yeah, because it does.
The extra. And it hits Samoro too. Okay, so they're at 4. See what answer they think they have for this. The only thing, like, I don't see an out for a win condition here because any of their big things. So Magtheridon is their only really large piece. They've got a Fel Gorger that's going to draw another Fel spell, but Jace is expended. Jace is gone. He's not coming back. Yeah, I mean, they could drop Mag and they could clear things so that they have a giant beast of things on the board. But, I mean, there are so many answers to that. I mean, we've got taunt minions out the kazoo, the wazoo.
Okay.
So he's going to expend some more performers. Delaying the inevitable here. So it doesn't. I don't think that ACU can get lethal on this turn. All right, so he's his performers are super expendable.
Okay, another Libram.
Yeah. So I think you Libram and Blade Master, because Blade Master Samuro there is a 5/10 that's gonna clear that board. Run him into one of the 1/1s.
Mm-hmm.
And then Libram of Hope. I mean, I guess you could theoretically Barav and Broomstick, but
I don't.
Might as well save that for if he gets a Magtheridon in play. Okay, do you Truth Seeker or do you Libram of Hope? You don't need the health, so I guess you Libram of Hope. Or you Truth Seeker.
Yeah, I think so.
And the Truth Seeker reduces the Libram of Hope, so that was obviously the better play.
Bringing Libram of Hope to 4 instead of 9.
All right. Check. Let's see what we get here. So we've got another Fellscream Blast available. There's the Attendant and another Attendant. So a big blast, I guess. I mean, okay. Go ahead and Banana Man. I mean, I'm not concerned about this board, so I think you're banana banning and looking for Lady Leandrin.
I think so, yeah.
And there she is, which means that you can drop her. No. I think this is lethal. So Libram of Wisdom, Lady Leandrin, then just put a bunch of Libram of Wisdoms. I don't know how many you've played. We've played 5. No, that's reduction.
Yeah, I think that should win.
I mean, if not, you've done massive damage, and worst case scenario, you're taking 6 on your turn. Like,
that's not that big of a deal. They gotta go though. If
they do. They need to make it happen.
They're
They're not gonna do it.
They're not. They
don't. Now is not the time to Barav.
No. Do they? Interesting.
Okay. So they may be questioning how many Librams of Wisdom they have done, so they're gonna hold off.
Okay.
I mean, I don't hate that concept. I feel like surely they had played enough, but okay. So they were it was at 5. So it was at 6. When they played Leandrin, they'd have had 7 in their hand. The likelihood of of 6 of those 7s being Libram of Wisdom is low. Okay. I guess that math is acceptable.
And they took more than to face. Alrighty then.
Okay, so ACU gonna take game 2 in our series, putting ACU up 2-0 with their Shaman deck as the only one remaining.
Yes.
Okay, so the ACU's obviously has to play the Shaman.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, does the BSC team stick with the Demon Hunter? Do they go back to the Priest? Do they go to the Druid? Answer is Priest.
Priest. Okay.
So
I was kind of hoping they would. I want to see.
You want to see it a second
As
time.
much as I want ACU to win, I kind of want to see what this Priest deck can do.
I agree.
Let's see. This is probably.
All right. You keep the armor vendor because. So keeping the dunk tank and circus medic seems silly and potentially greedy here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But those are key elements that once you're done with, you don't have to worry about anymore for your OTK.
Okay.
Because, a full keep here. So if you get those corrupted and then play them, so a reminder, the OTK here is Yasharaj and Bolner on the same turn.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got 2, and then Yasharaj creates the Circus Medic and Dunk Tank again for 0, and then Bolner's ability, which repeats the first battle cry the second time you play it. Every battle cry that hits after is going to consistently create more Circus Medics and Dunk Tanks that consistently just deal infinite damage.
Yeah.
But it's a control game until you get there.
They do already have that Yasharaj.
They do. So they're going to be looking for Bolner, and to get to 10 mana.
Right, they do have to get there first. 10 mana is definitely still a bit away.
Peasants here. I want to say, do you devolving missiles here? Maybe swing into one of the 2 ones and then devolving missiles. That just breaks their power, and or do you even devolving missiles first and hope you hit a Trog? Because if you can hit each of these once, not only does it,
I think what you do is you actually hit the Trog first, then do the missiles.
the Trog isn't going to die from that.
Right.
And Devolving Missiles doesn't deal damage. It's going to reduce their cost into a thing below. Oh, come on!
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad.
That's malarkey. You heard it here. I'm sorry for swearing on screen, but that's malarkey.
That is unfortunate. Yikes. That.
Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know here. And that's not what they wanted to pull.
Definitely not.
I think they hero power.
Yeah, I mean, it's either that or coin out. Yeah, but you definitely don't want to do that. Huh.
Yeah. Oh, now spells are going to cost more. Yikes. Man, that devolving missile whiff was huge. I mean, maybe play a multicaster here. You're just drawing something. I don't know what they're drawing to win here because they've got 6, 9, 10 damage on the board. Potentially an additional 5 if they get a Void Touch, so it's not quite lethal. But this Shaman is not, not necessarily coming back. They could theoretically Circus Medic themselves, but that means it's not corrupted and therefore not eligible for Yashiraj.
Right.
But sometimes you got to do it. The circus, they've got a second Circus Medic. That's what it's for.
Get just add a little bit of health. That might help him. Okay.
Making it a little more resilient. Yeah, I think ACU is going to be done on this one.
I think so. Yeah. There's just not much
I
you
mean,
can do. On the upside.
Rustdrop Viper is not it. What am I coining out? I mean, none of your dunk tanks are corrupted.
I guess they could. They could.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see what they're. That's
Yeah,
actually
they could
clever.
coin out. That's
the
actually
Snowfall
what I
Guardian.
was just thinking. Yeah.
Yep, and that'll make dunk tank in play next turn, and it fills up their board so they can't play any more minions. That was pretty well played.
Yeah, no, I think I realized the just as they did. I was like, oh, wait a minute. You can.
Now they can dunk tank.
Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Hold on.
Or Macaw. I like the Macaw.
That could actually be really good.
I mean, that's kind of gross because it just puts them in the same position.
But it gives. But it gives the Snowfall Guardian so much more power as well.
Well, so it wouldn't buff the Snowfall Guardian.
Oh,
it would buff
no,
the
you're right.
it would
It
buff
would-
the Macaw.
It would buff the Macaw.
But yeah, there's no reason not to, right?
I think you.
Because you're freezing the board and buffing your Macaw, and then you swing for 12, and then next turn they don't have. Oh, okay. He's
Okay, to get one more.
yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh no! Oh no!
what happened?
It's got a battle cry. The Rustdrop Viper has a battle cry. That was a misplay, and they're gonna lose
Oh.
because of it.
Oh, that is tragic.
I don't think there's a. Yep. GG. Oh, that would have been beautiful. That was a misstep.
Yeah. Yep. Got a little unfortunate there. They were hoping to get just a little bit more power on them.
Yeah, they got a little greedy for an additional bonus.
It's unfortunate.
Missed that was a battle cry.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that kind of thing happens, and
Yeah.
they're just
and
gonna
you
need
could
to
see it instantly in the player cam. They knew as soon as they played that down, and it's definitely not a mistake you want to make.
Nope. All right, so we're still gonna see the shaman again, but it's gonna have to take on the Fell Demon Hunter or the what's the remaining deck there?
That is, I want to say Druid, if I remember correctly. We haven't seen it yet.
It looks like it's gonna be Druid. Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right, I can guarantee you though, ACU will not be making that same mistake twice.
They know now.
So this druid is a beast druid. So you can see it's got beasts in it, like that peasant right there. Let's see, wild beast, ferocious with those logs. All right, so do we go ahead? Do we devolve again here? I mean, we get a lot of buffs on things, and devolving is really good at removing those. But if you don't, you're letting them just continue to draw out.
Right. Because, I mean, it's either that or hero power. So I think devolving is the move. Just because, like, there's nothing else to do. There we go.
Yeah. And it hits this time the things you wanted it to. And we don't care about the freeze here, but we do care
want the draw.
about the draw.
Okay. Not quite.
I almost like coining out the cavern here.
Really?
I mean, because it gets you something that you're going to be generating something every turn. That's freezing that they're going to have to deal with.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
I mean, it's a 4 cost that gives you 3/3/4s. It's just
That
Over
actually is some pretty good value.
over time. I don't mind the shield break there.
Mm-hmm.
Where they would have to commit all 3 of these theoretically to clear off the 3/4.
Yeah. Dude, I can't imagine how they're feeling right now because I still can't get over them.
Oh man,
last
yeah.
game.
But you got to shake it off. You got
Yeah.
to shake it off and keep going. I'm gonna get the rush out there. That's gonna, and then the 1/1 with Divine Shield. And they got the what is it, Genesis or composting there. So when those things die, they're gonna draw cards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think you Sleep Breaker. You get 1 wind chill there. Okay, multicaster.
Yeah.
I mean, So yeah, you're drawing 2 because you had the arcane devolving missiles and the nature from, or no, the frost. So they theoretically could have had more from dunk tank, which I think is nature, but eh. This will put Forge Ring out next turn, which will corrupt the dunk tank for a nice clear there. Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, that's not quite what you want to see.
Yeah. But there's worse. There's the Bolner, which they're going to need long term. And they can take a moment here to clear off the 2/3, the 1/1, the other 2, the 3/1 probably. Well, or the other 2/3. You're talking 1 damage difference, and you're talking about. Well, no, you want to clear the 3/1 because that'll require 3 things to go into your Forge Ring.
Yeah, because it does.
Otherwise, you'll have to pop. You can pop with the 1/1, clear with the 3/1, and then you're free to hit whatever you want with 6.
Yeah.
As opposed to if you clear the 3/1, then they have to pop with a 1/1 and 2 of the 2/2s, 2 attacks. That said, he does have an attack with the face, so I still think that's the
Either
optimal
way, I
play.
do
Yeah.
agree that was definitely the optimal play.
All right, assuming nothing crazy happens and they don't die right now, I think we'll see a. So we could see a clear, or we could see a Snowfall Guardian. Because I imagine this board will fill up again.
Mm-hmm. Definitely considering their options here.
Let me see here. So they got 6. An Arbor up might be a little gross here. So they're going to Oracle. That means they're probably going to couple that with Peasant, a Drog, a Adept, a Battle Guard.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're really all about pushing that face. Okay.
Oh, that devolving. The devolving missile could be useful.
I think it's gonna go. It's too wide. I think Snowfall Guardian's their play here. I think they swing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they swing to the face. One of these at least needs to hit face.
Right.
Maybe sending the other 2 to clear off the 2/4. That does reduce the effectiveness of Snowfall Guardian. They could dunk tank. I mean,
They could.
that's a plain and simple clear. And if they reload, then you got the Snowfall Guardian in your hand. I don't hate a dunk tank and a sleep breaker.
So they are gonna. They gotta go. Okay. They are gonna Snowfall Guardian.
Oh, okay. Why didn't they attack first? Attack face.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dunk tank isn't a clear.
Oh, it's not corrupted yet, is it?
No, it is corrupted,
Oh,
but it's 2 damage after the second hit. So it would hit.
Not 3.
Yep. They could have cleared with the dunk tank and 3 and hitting all of those 3 into that, which isn't really that great. So I think that was the better play.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, interesting. They're gonna arbor up without the extra getting the extra minions.
Yeah, because they're full here.
Oof. Let's see what they hit.
Yeah, because I mean,
Okay, that's good. And okay, that could have been worse.
could have been worse. That's true.
I think this will still allow them to clear.
Mm-hmm. Did have to do
Yeah,
a lot of
and
trading,
Sleepbreaker. Yeah,
but
but
definitely safe now.
but that got past an arbor up, and a lot of stuff. Okay, that's not as scary as you might think.
Yeah, they're both pretty small.
So
Let's see what-
Brucon of the elements.
Yeah, maybe.
That battle cry does a lot of random junk. So it does damage to face. It does healing to your stuff. I think it deals 2 damage to to all of the opponent's things. No, it gives you the. I can't remember. I think it gives you a spell that you have to cast for it. Okay. Now we gotta clear this off. Okay.
Okay.
Call upon the power of 2 elements. All right. So there it is. 2 damage to all enemy minions. Thank you. 6 health to all friendly characters. Thank you. Clear that off. Okay.
Nice.
We live another turn. We're up to 20, which is much better than the 9 we were at last turn. Okay, and they're going to reload here.
Okay. Do they circus the taunt?
I think so. Circus the taunt, swing into the one of the 4/3s, freeze one of them. Draw out first. Good rule.
Mm-hmm.
The last battle cry we played was Brucon. Right?
Yes.
So theoretically, they get to pick 2 elements again. I think the macaw is the right play here, but they don't want to whiff another macaw.
Right.
They're gonna
They're
try
going
it.
for it.
They're gonna be like, yes. Oh, but it's random, so and they get the medic in. Okay, yeah, freeze 2 things, put two threes out. Okay, I like it.
It's not the worst.
Yeah, they don't get to choose with the macaw, so it was the right play. And that's it.
Yeah.
All right. Calling it early. We didn't get to see the OTK, but they definitely were setting things up. So
It was gonna happen.
whew. See, this is what happens when you pay attention to your macaws. And what was in fact the last battle cry.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Incredible set of games. ACU is now 2-3 or 2-1 in this series.
Love to see it.
And ACU taking the victory tonight. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. It was great watching all this and watching ACU take this victory. Friday is Smash.
Yes, it's the 50th Wildcat Weekly.
The
so
50th
Yeah.
Wildcat Weekly. There
So-
have been 49 before this, and this will be the 50th.
Yeah.
So definitely should tune in. Are we doing anything special, Tina?
I know they're doing a duos bracket as well.
Okay, we're gonna
as
have some
singles.
doubles.
Normally the doubles is only at the end of every month, but we're breaking some rules and doing one next
Might as
on
well.
Friday as well because we can. I was told by someone there might be a prize for the winner of the singles.
Okay. A possible prize that we make no promises for.
Don't know what that is,
But
so
yeah.
yeah.
Great. All right. Well, I think that's it for us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on Friday when you tune in for Smash. In the
Definitely.
meantime, go Wildcats.
Go Wildcats.